Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thunderbird Radio, the best place for all things UMA announcements. Remember, if you have any announcements, you can email them to announcements@utahmilitaryacademy.org. Again, that is announcements@utahmilitaryacademy.org. These following announcements are for the September 9th through September 13th school week, although I'm pretty sure we don't have school on Friday. Okay, to start us off, this week duty flight is Delta Flight, which is my home flight. So you should watch out, as I'm going to make sure that you are there. And I'm going to say this again. If you don't think you can make it back from off-campus lunch, then please don't go off-campus. Okay, continuing from last week, which we just created apparently, is the uniform tip of the week. This week it's about what and what doesn't need to be dry cleaned. The only items that need to be dry cleaned are your blues pants, lightweight jacket, service coat, and cover. So every dark blue item. Your light blue shirts may be dry cleaned, but they don't have to be. All other uniform items are washable. However, if you do have OCPs, make sure to turn them inside out before throwing them in the laundry. Okay, so like the previous 2 weeks, we must discuss PT clothes. They really want to hammer this home, I guess. So anyways, if you make sure that you have your PT clothes if you have gym classes or if you have JOTC if it's Friday. You need them for after school activities as well, so just check your schedule and make sure if you need them or not. Just note that you are unable to conduct PT in your military uniforms. Okay, now we have ABU covers, something nice for those of you that are experienced odd-sized covers, specifically for the ABUs, is that Logistics now has some in. If you are handed a cover that was too large or small for you, you can head to Logistics to exchange the cover you have now for one of the proper size. That way it doesn't blind you or squeeze your head. Okay, and this tip coincides with the dry cleaning portion. Logistics offers dry cleaning before school on Thursday, so if you want to get your dark blue items dry cleaned, then you may bring them in before school starts. They don't need to be in a bag, and they are $6 per item, which you can pay in cash, check, card, Venmo, or Apple Pay. Now, I don't know what caused this, but Logistics is no longer loaning belts or other uniform items unless you leave collateral, like your phone. I'm assuming that this is because not enough people returned uniform items that they were borrowing, so just make sure you're wearing your uniform properly before school so you don't have to worry about this. Okay, so this is something from last year, and it's more of just a safety concern, and it's just as important now as it was back then. All cadets must exit through the front doors as well as enter through them. No one may open the doors for absolutely anyone entering the building using the doors at the ends of the east and west wings. Just don't open any doors that aren't the main ones. And people that take the bus, you do have to take the front doors. You don't have an exception. Now, going along with leaving school, any high school cadets that return late from lunch will be given a singular warning. The second time will result in the cadets receiving lunch detention. Multiple offenses will result in a more lengthy time that you will serve detention. So please just return to campus on time. Once again, if you don't think you can make it back in time, then just don't go off campus, please. Okay, now it's time for some of the government options that our school offers, which first up is legislative internship. The first orientation session for the internship will be on September 10th during team time. If you're a part of this, you should have received an email about it from Major Workman. And Close-Up DC is still able to be signed up for. Last school year was announced that the 2025 close-up trip to Washington, D.C. would be to attend the presidential inauguration. If you want to apply, then please do so. A deposit is due September 15th, and the last payment is due October 4th. Those participating will visit memorials and museums, watch the inaugural address and parade, and attend an inauguration ball. There's a separate itinerary for adults who are interested in participating, so if you wish for more information regarding the cost and accommodations, email Ms. Bobadillo at nacde@utahmilitaryacademy.org. Again, that is nacde@utahmilitaryacademy.org. This was announced on Monday during formation. The PSAT is available for sophomores and juniors. For juniors, it is a look at potential testing and is used for National Merit Scholar applications. It's highly recommended that you take this test. I recommend it myself. There isn't an exact date, but it will take place at the end of October, and you must register for it by September 10th, aka Tuesday. The price is $18 in the office. Now, moving up to seniors and somewhat juniors. Those of you planning on college, it's a good idea to start looking at scholarships in colleges. For opportunities and resources, you can check out the UMA Counselor site from the UMA webpage. If you are applying for ROTC scholarships and academies, do so now. You can talk to Major Workman and Mrs. Horning for advice. Along the same lines, anybody that has credit recovery should begin working on their packets now. They can be purchased for $35 a term. And now we're on to the miscellaneous portion of announcements. These don't exactly fit nicely together, so we throw them all here. It's midterms, a time that everybody dreads if your parents don't like your grades. And they are this week. They are on Wednesday, September 11th from 1600 to 1930, or 4 to 7:30. They are also on Thursday, September 12th from 1600 to 1900, 4 to 7. There will be no team time on Wednesday or Thursday due to parent-teacher conference. And here's confirmation. There is no school on Friday due to parent-teacher conferences on the previous day. Now, SBO elections are up. Elections will be Monday, September 9th through Wednesday, September 11th. The winners of the elections will be announced on Thursday, September 12th during formation. Please vote in the election. If you have any questions, see Major Curtis. Don't be afraid to ask him. The worst thing that he'll do is shoot candy at you through a blowgun. Miscellaneous item number 3 is Kitty Hawk. Kitty Hawk is still seeking members and leaders. If you somehow have escaped a Kitty Hawk explanation, here it is. Kitty Hawk is a cadet-led peer tutoring program to aid cadets in their academic pursuits to aid the higher academic goals of the unit and UMA. If you need any information, talk to Cadet Major Eckberg or Lieutenant Colonel Tischer. This one is new this year. Apparently, we are doing sports streaming. Families around the country can now follow UMA sports played within the gym, streamed live on NFHS. I don't know what the acronym means. I'll search it up for next week if it's still on the announcements. So if you want to hear that, just stay tuned for next week. At away games, where schools have the same system, they can also be seen via paid subscription. A wide variety of games can be accessed through this subscription. We were also provided a website URL, so you should be able to get information on your own as well, and apparently to subscribe. The URL is nfhsnetwork.com. Again, that is nfhsnetwork.com. Lastly, most importantly, is the fact that the UMA Cadet website is up with a variety of articles that you have access to. This is from the journalism class, and some of the articles we have on there are very interesting. This website will have the links to this podcast and all sorts of other things. Cadets can also get access by downloading the Student News Source app and inputting UMA. That way you can keep up with all the weekly announcements. This week, sports should be more straightforward now. Moving on to sports. And they have organized this section more efficiently, so there should be less confusion. Baseball has an away game on Tuesday at Intermountain Christian, and Friday they have a home game against them as well. Girls soccer has an away game on Tuesday at APA Draper, and another away game on Thursday at American Heritage. Girls volleyball has an away game on Tuesday at SL Academy, and an away game on Thursday at APA West Valley. Girls junior high volleyball has an away game on Monday at Mount Ogden, and a home game on Wednesday against Highmark. They also have an away game on Friday at Highmark. Lastly, football has an away game on Friday at St. Joseph. Now for the long list of team times, but thankfully we don't have to do Wednesday or Thursday as they are not on the schedule for this week. So if you want to know what's going on Wednesday and Thursday, then please just listen to the previous podcast episode. On Monday, there is Boy Scouts with Mr. Chapman in Room 101, MMA with Coach Foley in the cafeteria, Ham Radio with Mr. Mamanakis in Room 119, Chess/Power Chess in the library, Marksmanship with Coach Castle on the range, and Archery with Coach Sage on the range. On Tuesday, there is Kitty Hawk and Academic Teams with Lieutenant Colonel Tisher in Room 122, Innovation Station with Mr. Curtis in Room 201, Learn to Cook with Mrs. Greneau in the cafeteria, Aeronautic Modeling with Mr. Warner in Room 123, Dungeons & Dragons with Mr. Doctor in Room 203, Drama Club with Major Curtis in Room 101, and many study halls. That is it for this week of Thunderbird Radio. I hope you enjoyed. Please wait for next week for more announcements, for any pertinent information that you might need. And as always, remember to have a good day.